Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome back to part 2 of my Q&A answers video. So we're gonna just pick up where we left off at I Like to Dissect Girls' next questions. The next question is a great one. My top 5 favorite Ramones songs. Well, if you guys have been tuning into me and, watching me, I think you guys have gotten a pretty good understanding that I love the Ramones. They're my favorite band. Absolutely love them. So trying to narrow this down to 5 Ramones songs is incredibly tough because, God, they have so many great songs, but I'm actually going to try and do it. Pet Sematary would have to be there. Absolutely love that song. Rock and Roll High School, just great, great fun atmosphere. I just love that song so much. It's just excellent. Sheena's a Punk Rocker, great one. Another one, She's a Sensation. That's a great one that Joey wrote. It's a little underrated, but he actually wrote that for Linda, the girl that he was seeing until Johnny kind of stole her away from him. But Johnny went on to, of course, marry Linda, so I think I can't really claim it as unintentional because nature took its course and they fell in love, but it kind of created a major rift between Johnny and Joey where communication was kind of non-existent for, 20-odd somewhat years. And the next one, I guess I'd have to say Poison Heart. I love Poison Heart. They actually got that song. Dee Dee had written that song, and Dee Dee had called them to bail him out of jail. This is when Dee Dee had left the band, so in exchange for them to bail Dee Dee out, they asked for Dee Dee to, give them like a handful of songs that he had written, and the Ramones recorded Poison Heart, and I love Poison Heart, but like I said, it's so hard to narrow it down to just 5, so I mean, there's so many others. I love their Beach Boys covers of, Do You Want to Dance, California Sun. I really love Too Tough to Die. I think, the mid-'80s run of the Ramones is a kind of an underrated time period for them when they have, it was, of course, unfortunate when Marky left the band for rehab and Richie Ramone came in, but they did some pretty quality stuff. I mean, Too Tough to Die is a great album, and the title track, Too Tough to Die, is a really great, 2.5 minutes of just like, fucking greatness. And It's Not My Place in the 9 to 5 World is another great one. I always love that song. That's, one of the tracks that Phil Spector produced on their End of the Century album, but it's just phenomenal. The Ramones are fucking great. If you don't love them, what the fuck's your problem? Next question he has for me is, do you like any psychedelic rock / acid rock? The Doors, Joplin, Hendrix, Jefferson Airplane. Kinda. I like the Doors. I think the Doors are great. I love Jim Morrison. So I enjoy the Doors. I'm not too crazy about the other ones. Jefferson Airplane had some cool stuff, but I'm a big 80s fan, so I kind of like when they mutated into Jefferson Starship. I know a lot of people, prefer Airplane over Starship, but I don't know. I favor more of the 80s pop rock stuff, so I enjoy Starship. Next one he has for me is, what about any hair / glam metal? Motley Crue, Cinderella, Wasp, Dokken, etc. I fucking love hair metal. Hair metal is probably my favorite subgenre of music. I've seen Motley Crue 3 times. I've seen Def Leppard. Although not directly hair metal, I saw Van Halen twice on their reunion tour. I've seen Dokken live. Oh god, I absolutely love hair metal. I love The Crue. The Crue is one of my favorite bands. Def Leppard's one of my favorite bands. I love Dokken, Twisted Sister, Vixen. Bon Jovi's always a good time. Oh god, dude, yeah, absolutely. Hair metal is just fucking great. I love it. Next question he says, why are you so awesome? Ah, nice, dude. I'm not, actually. I just kind of do what I do. You're pretty fucking awesome for saying that. Thanks, dude. He has more questions, actually, which is cool. Have you seen any Herschel Gordon Lewis movies? I'm thinking about getting his Blood trilogy, and I'm trying to get opinions from different people. The short answer is, no, dude. Surprisingly, I haven't. I haven't seen any of H.G. Lewis's movies, although I should. It's just one of those things that, you just get so overwhelmed with shit to see, and you're always, like, meaning to see stuff, and, you just don't find the time sometimes. But no, I actually haven't. I'm meaning to, though. But, I've heard good things, man, so I would definitely try them out if you're curious. Next question he has is, who has better one-liners in your opinion, Freddy Krueger or Chucky? It's another tough call, because both of them are really iconic, 80s slashers, and all of them have their great moments and fair share of great one-liners, so I'd be kind of hard-pressed to pick a favorite. I mean, I think overall, as a better slasher, Krueger is definitely my favorite, but Chucky has, a lot of humorous, funny-ass one-liners. Don't fuck with the Chuck. I mean, Christ, that's just, that's gold right there, dude. So I don't know. It's tough. I'd be kind of split between the two. The next one he has is, do you laugh at the Crypt Keeper's jokes on Tales from the Crypt? I do. They're cheesy and stupid, but I still laugh at them. Oh yeah, dude, of course. I mean, the Crypt Keeper is hysterical, dude. I have all 7 seasons of that show on DVD. I grew up watching it on HBO. And I've actually met John Kasser, who does the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and he was really cool enough to do the voice and, like, the cackle for me. He was a really cool guy, really, really nice guy. But yeah, dude, yeah, the opening and closing segments of Tales from the Crypt are, are always funny. And getting down to the wire on his questions, you guys had you had a lot of good questions for me, dude. Back to the Future, Bill and Ted, or Ghostbusters? Bill and Ted and Back to the Future are tied for me. Bill and Ted's cool, but I would absolutely favor Back to the Future and Ghostbusters over Bill and Ted any day of the week. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time, and Ghostbusters is right up there too. So yeah, Back to the Future or Ghostbusters, absolutely. And his last question is, have you ever dissected a girl/animal? No. No, man, I haven't. Sorry. The next question is from Theodore Salvin. And his question is, which is better, Tales from the Crypt or Twilight Zone? Another tough question, man. Like I had just mentioned, I own all 7 seasons of Tales from the Crypt, and I don't have that definitive box set of the Twilight Zone on DVD. I do know that they're releasing the whole series on Blu-ray, but I will just settle for DVD. So I haven't watched the Twilight Zone in a while, but that's just a phenomenal show, man. I love the movie. I have an original Twilight Zone movie poster. Both shows are absolutely great, but, I mean, lately I just, I have all 7 seasons of Tales from the Crypt, and I mean, I've just been watching them a lot more, obviously a lot more than the Twilight Zone in recent years, but yeah, both are absolutely excellent, dude. What is the shittiest movie you've ever saw? That's a tough one, man, but I think I can actually tell you, and that would be 2006's Robert Altman film, A Prairie Home Companion. Fucking shitfest. I was part of a filmmaker symposium, and we got to see movies, ahead of time before, the masses saw them, and they screened that one for us one night. Holy shit, man, I would never, ever again. Oh, man, like, when you walk out of a bad movie and you kind of joke to the person next to you about how you'll never get, like, those 90 minutes or 2 hours back, and it's just kind of a joke. I was, like, actually bitching about losing that 2 hours for, like, a week after I saw that movie. Like, it was just so fucking bad. Just terrible, terrible. His last question is, have you ever watched Two Girls, One Cup? Yeah. Does that make me gross? Maybe. I don't know. It was like during that whole hype, and I didn't understand what the hell everybody was talking about it, so me and a few friends were like, what the fuck is it? So we watched it, and fucking gross. I don't know. It looks kind of fake. At times it looks real. I don't know. It's fucking disturbing. The next questions are from Mr. Hitchcock Fan, and his first question is, what do you think is the most overrated horror film, and what is the most underrated horror film, and why? Whoa, dude, that's a great question, man. Really, really great. We're getting down to the wire again on this video, so we're probably going to cut it soon, but I'm probably going to say overrated would probably be Cabin Fever. I think Cabin Fever was pretty overrated. In the horror circles, there's people that are split, but there's some people that, like, swear by that movie, and I'm just not a fan of it whatsoever. I did enjoy Cabin Fever, too. That was fun. Another overrated one would definitely be The Ring, that kicked off that fucking, like, Japanese-American remake trend. So I own The Ring. I think I did a blind buy on that years ago, and it's just, like, one of those things that, like, you're not going to do anything with it. Like, I'll just keep it on the shelf and stuff, but I'll never fucking take that off the shelf and be like, ooh, I'm in the mood for The Ring today. So yeah, that's overrated. And underrated, I'll preach this movie forever, because I still think to this day it doesn't get the respect it deserves, and it's one of my favorite horror films, 1989's Pet Sematary, man. I friggin' preach that movie like it's my job. I think Pet Sematary is highly, highly underrated, and more people need to get out and see that movie, because it's just one of Stephen King's best film adaptations. It's excellent. Well, we're kind of getting down to the wire because your next question's kind of long, but, like I said, just keep coming over to the Q&A playlist, and I'll answer the next set of questions in part 3 of my Q&A answers video. Thanks again, guys. This is Frightener22.